Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Mafia Mama. And this is a new comedy, action, crime thriller from director Catherine Hardwicke, who's had an interesting career doing things like 13 and Lords of Dogtown and then Twilight. But this particular film focuses on an Italian-American played by Toni Collette, who winds up going to Italy when her life goes to crap to go pay her respects for the death of her grandfather, and then is asked to take over his family, the Mafia. And craziness ensues as she's a fish out of water in Italy and falling for a handsome Italian man and struggling to try to make things work with this Mafia family and trying to get out of it, but, just keep pulling me back in. And this particular film, I think Hardwicke does a really good job of capturing the energy. This moves really, really well. It's an hour and 40 minutes, and I never felt bored once watching it. You have a lot of funny moments. The humor really does work. And there's some fun situational humor. There's definitely some great dialogue and just awkwardness. But there are also some tonal issues because, this gets crazy violent and dark out of nowhere. And then you're just like, okay. Obviously it's a Mafia movie, but, just some of the stuff just comes bam and doesn't really fit well amongst all this silly jokes and weirdness. There's a lot of limbs and digits flying in this movie, just to warn you. I do feel like this story, it has some beats to it that are, it's an interesting idea and concept, and it works. There are some beats that feel a little too familiar and a little too convenient, and then there's also some elements that maybe weren't the most interesting, most of the film, her whole love story with this one Italian guy's he's just hot. There's not much else to this relationship, but, you have a lot of fun along the way. There are some twists and turns here and there that shake things up a little bit, some of them a little bit more obvious than others, but really what makes this film is the cast. Toni Collette is fantastic. She kills it as Kristen, and her character is so interesting because she puts everybody in front of her. She's so awkward in uncomfortable moments, and so much of the humor, the best moments of humor, come from her performance particularly and what she's able to bring to this character. You have Monica Bellucci, who is sexy and powerful and great presence in the film. Sofia Nomvedi plays Kristen's best friend, and she's a lot of fun, especially in the moments earlier in the film where they're trying to set up Kristen's story before she goes off to Italy. But the henchmen, her two bodyguards, are absolutely hilarious and fantastic. They're two of the best characters in this movie. And, a lot of the other characters are there. They play the roles. Her husband is a scumbag who cheats on her. And, he does his job. You have these other Mafia characters that do their jobs. None of them really stand out as much, but what you have here is a few really standout performances at the core of the film, and it brings a lot of fun and enjoyment to the proceedings and makes this an energetic, engaging, and worthwhile experience that I would definitely recommend this. It's some good counter-programming to starting up with some of the bigger blockbuster films coming out. And you know what? For a weekend, this is coming out with a couple horror films as well, including Renfield and The Pope's Exorcist. This one, definitely a lot of fun, worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Mafia Mama. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.